everybody, welcome to Camiguin Island, the island I have been most excited about here in the Philippines. I don't know too much about it yet other than it's one of the most volcanic islands in the world in terms of how big it is. Like you can get around the whole island in about an hour, but there's something like 5 volcanoes. I'll write here whatever the accurate description of Camiguin is, but oh my goodness, I am absolutely stoked to be here. I'm going to be here for 4 nights. Just stayed here last night. I'll show you where I'm staying a little bit later on. But today is the first exploring day and we've decided that we're going to do the waterfalls today. Starting off at Camiguin Falls. Just paid 10 pesos for parking and then 50 pesos for entry. On this island I have met back up with a fairly familiar face you may remember from Siquijor. Where's he gone? Hey Cole.
Hi.
What have you been doing since Siquijor?
Well, since Siquijor, I got really ill for 2 days and then I went diving despite having a sinus infection. Swam some turtles, got ill again. I then went to what I was thinking was going to be one of my favorite islands, Siargao, but I got punched in the face and had my phone stolen instead. And then it rained for 3 days straight. So it wasn't the best time. I did have some very good quesadillas one day.
So Cole hasn't had the best time since I've last seen him, but hopefully we'll have a better time on this island.
Oh, yes, and 19 hours on buses yesterday was also nice.
Really, really good. But starting off in a very beautiful location. Let's go explore some waterfalls. Alright, let's go for a swim. This water is very fresh. No, the sun is not on us just yet. It's quite early. Well, not that early. It's like 10. Everyone's copying our photo idea. Got some good photos. This waterfall is like perfect. Like the perfection of just how the water's falling directly down. It's not going anywhere else. Fresh.
This is my usual Jesus pose.
Yeah. There's no one here.
There's no one here.
We've literally just been like chilling, drying off, and everyone's left. So we got it to ourselves. Well, now we're leaving too. This stretch is awesome. Look at that. We've just rocked up at the Sunken Cemetery, which is exactly what it says on the tin. It's an underground cemetery. You can do some snorkeling around here, which is pretty cool. We're not going to do it right now, but I think we're going to come back. The drives around here are just insanely beautiful with like the volcanoes and the mountains in the background and so many palm trees. Do we have to pay? A height of 4 feet below. Because it's half the price. Half the size, half the price. The stop that we've just paid for now is Tuason Falls. A little bit more inland. Here it is. Woo! What's your name?
Poppy.
Poppet. Poppet. Poppet.
Poppet, yeah.
Ah, nice to meet you, Poppet. So we have come back to the Sunken Cemetery to do a spot of snorkeling. It is mandatory that you have a tour guide for this, which costs 150 pesos. The rental of the gear costs 50 pesos, unless you have your own. And then you have to pay an environmental fee as well on top of that, which is 100 pesos per person. Snorkeling is not free, and I don't think you can really get away with it unless you come ridiculously early or ridiculously late. Let's go see how good it is. Let's go see if it's worth it. Everybody, day 2 in Camiguin. Last night was actually really nice. After the snorkeling, we went to a spot called Casa Roca Inn, just a bit of the ways around the island for sunset and drinks, and it was just absolutely beautiful. That was recommended by one of the guys at the hotel that we're staying at called Tony, so thanks Tony if you're watching. And then we went to a place called Ardent Hot Springs, which is not actually a very hot spring. Apparently after after like an earthquake back in Bohol, the hot springs aren't that hot anymore. The hottest one was probably around about 32, would you say? 33?
Yeah.
I mean, it was still nice to chill out, and they're open till 10 p.m, so it's a really nice evening activity to do. And I have literally not had one single hot shower apart from when I was in Manila since being in the Philippines, so it was actually quite nice just to be in some warm water, especially because the sea is not very warm here either. Anyway, today we are off to White Island, which is a beautiful sandbar, just a 15-minute ferry ride or boat ride off the coast of Camiguin. It's a beautiful day for it today, so we're just packing our bag, packing the day bag. We've got a bottle of wine.
Banana chips.
Yeah, and some banana chips, which will hopefully keep us going for at least a few hours on the White Island.
550 both of two of you.
550 for the two of us. We are going to be in boat 7, just here. So it's 450 pesos to get like a return boat trip. You can take up to 4 people. There is no one else here. There's only 2 of us, and there's no one else here to go with right now.
It's maybe a 1-minute boat ride, I think.
No, it's 15 minutes apparently. Oh, thank you.
Right.
You excited?
Am I excited?
Yeah.
Very excited. I love islands and everything. What time do you want them to come back?
Oh, what is the latest time that you can come back?
12. I think that's not an answer. I think it's
Oh, maybe
3 hours?
4 o'clock or something maybe?
4 hours? You're gonna bake.
3:30?
3:30?
3:30?
3:30. That's like 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
You're good.
3.5 hours on this sandbar. I have no words. This is insane. Where do we start? Beautiful towels. I ended up going for the towel for 2. Honestly, I've been loving it. It packs up so small in my bag, but it's huge. And what's special about the tessellate towels is that sand does not stick to them. So even if you're wet and your towel has been on the sand, often that's really, really hard to get the sand off, whereas this one you just give it a bit of a shake and then you're all sweet, and then you don't have sand all in your bag, which is very useful as a backpacker because I don't want no sand in my bag. So thank you, Tessellate, for the new towel, and what a backdrop to showcase it to you on. This is honestly just insane. I've never been anywhere like this in my entire life, and it looks like a fake postcard, but it's real. And I can't believe there's like hardly anyone here. There's hardly anyone in frickin' Camiguin at all, which is even more insane. This is the most ridiculous looking breakfast I think I've got ever from Hey Cafe. What did we get? The bikini
Kiki bowl.
The bikini kiki bowl. Wow. Beautiful. This morning we've come to the other small island that's coming off of Camiguin called Montague. I've still got no idea how to say any of these names in the Philippines, but hey ho, it's where we are and it's absolutely beautiful. Bigger than the sandbar of White Island, and what's cool about this one is that you've got trees and stuff in the middle, so you actually do have a bit of shade. I got very burnt at White Island yesterday, very, very burnt. It's not a pretty sight on my bottom. I'm gonna be more careful today. Stay in the shade a bit more, put some more sun cream on. And there's also like a restaurant here so you can get food and whatnot. We didn't have to bring snacks with us. We're gonna be here for 4 hours. Just see what we get up to, just isolated island. Classic day in the Philippines. So I guess now we're walking through the local community of Montague.
Local legend has it that this town was founded by witches. Clearly why there's a large pile of firewood, possibly for a funeral pyre. We can check to see if they're burning any witches this evening.
Okay, thank you. And that's it. In 10 minutes we have walked around the whole island. And that was a very slow walk, so no, it's beautiful. Absolutely, obviously 360-degree views the whole way around. And the water just off the shore is pristine, turquoise, clear. Cannot wait to go for a snorkel, but first we're gonna have some lunch.
Oh, this
No?
is only sugar.
Yeah, that's okay. Alright, love you.
Wow. Thank you, bye! Bye!
This is enough meat for you.
How much was all of that?
Hold on, let's just amalgamate everything here.
Okay, yeah.
We have 3/4 of delightful pork belly with the
3/4 of a kilo.
3/4 of a kilo, indeed. We have 4 portions of rice. We have some soy sauce. We have a bottle of tandoe, which is possibly known as, well, either the most ghetto or the finest rum in all of the land in the Philippines. And a bottle of Coke for 600 pesos, which essentially translates into 10 euros.
300 pesos each, which is £4.50 each for a feast. For a lot of pork belly and a lot of rum, and it's strong. Hell,
The rum is strong.
I've had 1.5 cups of this rum Coke, and I am feeling it. I'm feeling it.
This is the best part of the entire country.
Yeah, I think so. The bluest water, the most beautiful volcanoes.
The most turquoise, the backdrop, the clouds.
The fact that no one's here.
And there's no one
Literally,
here.
no one is on Camiguin. If you come to Camiguin, I recommend not coming as a solo traveller. It would still be worth it coming as a solo traveller for sure, but there's not like any dorms and hostels, so you won't be able to really meet people. But if you find a friend to come with, then it's great, and you share the costs of everything, and then you can explore the island. There's so much to do and see on the small island of Camiguin.
I recommend learning French or Spanish.
Recommending learning
with them.
French or Spanish.
Because then you'll be able to actually communicate with anyone who lives here. French, Spanish, or you better know Visayan.
You can speak English, it's fine. Hello.